It used to be that subcompacts were the most stripped down point A to point B pieces of transportation. The Kia Rio, along with many others in the past 5 years, have proven that subcompacts can have premium features, good style, while still having good fuel efficiency and a budget-minded price. For 2016, the Rio has been slightly refreshed with a few noteworthy updates, so is it a good choice in the subcompact category? Well, let's go ahead and find out and check out this 2016 Kia Rio EX. Now, essentially not much has changed for the Rio for the 2016 model year. It pretty much carries over with the same powertrain, and the interior as well as the exterior design pretty much do look the same. However, it does have updated front and rear fascias. And if you want to spot the 2016 Rio over the 2012 to 2015 model, you really have to start off with the front grille. You now have the corporate geometric grille mesh pattern, and overall it's fairly stylish. It does have some pretty nice updates for the styling on the exterior. And then you also do have these 15-inch alloy wheels that look pretty good. Overall, not a bad looking subcompact vehicle. Now here goes the key fob for the Rio. As you can see, it's your typical Kia switchblade key, but it is one of the most stylish and one of the most high quality looking standard key fobs for the subcompact class. There is a smart key available too, and you do have remote keyless entry, your lock, unlock to release your trunk, and then your panic button. Now it is the clear white exterior color. This is probably going to be one of the most popular colors. And you do have a full-on black cloth interior. Full manual driver's seat adjustments, manual recline here. Now stepping on the inside of the Rio here, you're greeted with a fairly stylish cabin design. And for the 2016 model year, Kia says that they have altered some things inside of here, but overall it's really minimal. You really can't notice the changes. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, since the Rio has had one of the most stylish cabin designs in this generation. And what you're hearing there is a 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder engine. Full leather wrapped steering wheels, since we do have the EX trim here. Now coming to your transmission, we do have the optional 6-speed automatic with manual shiftability. A 6-speed manual is standard. No rear view camera here though. Some competitors do offer that as standard equipment, like the Honda Fit. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the lights. You also do have fogs and the hazards too. Automatic driver's side window. And let's go ahead and pop up the hood, check out the engine bay. Like I said, we do have 15-inch alloy wheels. Halogen headlights with halogen projector beam fog lights. Fairly bold and aggressive looking. One of the most stylish subcompacts in the class. You also find premium features like LED accent lights too on higher end trim levels. Now under the hood here we have the carryover 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder engine that produces 138 horsepower at 6,300 RPM and 123 pound-feet of torque at 4,850 RPM. But we'll see what this baby can do when we hit the road later in the video. It produces EPA estimates of 27 in the city and 37 on the highway. And it is front-wheel drive that runs on regular unleaded fuel. Now competitors for the Rio, you have the vehicles in the subcompact category. The Ford Fiesta, Honda Fit, Chevrolet Sonic, as well as the Nissan Versa and the Rio's cousin, the Hyundai Accent. The Rio can also be had as this sedan or a hatchback too. And the Rio is one of the only few that comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Total vehicle price for this particular Rio is $18,850. Like I said, EPA estimates are 27 city, 37 highway. Fairly stylish rear end. Like I said, the rear fascia has been redesigned a little bit. You also do have rear reflectors, rear window defroster, and a little antenna on the top right there. All of your basic power necessities: power windows, power door locks, and your power mirrors. Nice soft touch armrest. Now let's go ahead and rev it up. So driving the 2016 Kia Rio here. Now certainly the best part about driving this vehicle is probably its pretty strong acceleration. However, it gets very noisy at higher RPMs, and this is a very typical buzzy, noisy 4-cylinder engine that you will find in many subcompact vehicles. Now, with that being said, the 6-speed automatic transmission does shift pretty seamlessly, and it shifts pretty smooth too. Now, also, as far as handling goes, the handling is far from being numb, and it does have it gives a little confidence back to the driver. There's a little bit of feedback here. However, it's also not really all that fun to drive. The Ford Fiesta tends to be a little bit more on the driver enthusiast side. It does handle a little bit better and is more nimble around corners. But like I said, this is far from being numb and is pretty much on par with the rest of the class in terms of handling characteristics. You're not driving this vehicle to go on twisty canyon roads. You're looking to drive this vehicle for pretty good fuel efficiency. Now also, the fuel efficiency isn't all that great, with EPA estimates only being 27 in the city and 37 on the highway. I bet it kills Kia that they weren't even able to hit the 40 mile per gallon mark with their cheapest vehicle and their smallest vehicle in their lineup. Now, as far as the ride goes in the Rio, the ride is a little on the firm side, and there are a lot of road imperfections and jolts that do get telegraphed in through the cabin. Now, don't get me wrong, the ride is certainly not jarring. It's just a little firm for some, and it's certainly not the most compliant ride in the class. I would certainly say that the Nissan Versa has one of the most comfortable riding vehicles in the class. So overall, if you are looking for a subcompact vehicle with okay acceleration, then you will find it here. However, there really isn't anything to set the Rio apart from the rest of the crowd when driving it. Really, there are some vehicles that do ride better, that do handle better, and do even have more stronger optional powertrains. There's just really nothing to set the Rio apart from the rest of the crowd. I will say that there is okay visibility. But honestly, the only thing that's really going for it is its decent acceleration. Very nice. Nice sounding little buzzy powertrain. Now, as far as build quality and materials go inside of here, on the EX and SX trims for the Rio, the interior is pretty high quality. You have nice soft touch materials on the mid-door panel and on the armrest. Up here, it's hard touch, but the graining of the plastic is pretty nice. Up here, it's decently padded, and right here, and this part too. Overall, not too shabby for the materials. Build quality is also pretty good as well. Not too many panel gaps inside of here. Everything fits well for the most part. Overall, I'm pretty impressed, and it's certainly one of the highest quality interiors in the class. Coming to the steering wheel, it is fairly stylish. We do have your steering wheel mounted audio controls. You can select your different sources from here by pressing on the mode button. Bluetooth phone controls are right here, and then your cruise control and voice recognition. Down there we do have a little storage cubby, two 12-volt power outlets, a USB port, and your auxiliary input. Also forgot to mention that the steering wheel does tilt and telescope. However, I wish there was a better range of adjustment. And then we also do have your cup holders right there, of course. And then coming to the center console storage, it's fairly small, but a lot of vehicles in this class have not that much storage in the center console. I do love how they at least give you an armrest. Some subcompact vehicles don't even give you an armrest on the side. You also do have your manually dimming rearview mirror, map lights, coming to your AC controls. I love how they look fairly stylish and they're very simple and easy to use. Love the chrome surrounding the knobs, makes it much more high quality looking. We have your fan speeds right here, zones, and your temperatures, very easy to figure out. Rear window defroster, recycling, all that good stuff. Coming to your head unit here, we have a basic radio system. Now there is a much larger touchscreen available on the Rio on higher end trim levels. This is your AM, FM, CD player. We do have Bluetooth streaming audio as well. Presets are right down here. You can hook up your Bluetooth phone too. Overall, it's a fairly basic system. What I do love about this interior, however, is this black trim. Makes it much more high quality looking and a lot more contrast inside of here instead of feeling all Spartan and dull inside of here. We also do have intermittent windshield wipers, of course, full instrumentation. We have your speedometer and your RPM gauge, and then your fuel gauge too. Then you have what gear you're in down there, and then your trip odometer. Fairly basic, but I do love the font of the gauges here. They're very unique looking, and I really do love the needles. Very distinctive looking. And then you also do have your active eco button, which helps save fuel, of course, and then your traction control off button is right there too. You can also get many premium features on the Rio, such as leather heated front seats, navigation, all that good stuff, and a rear view camera. Now, as far as seating comfort goes in the Rio has decent, comfortable seats, but they might be firm for some people, and they don't offer a whole lot of support on the side bolsters. I probably would take this vehicle on a short road trip, but not a long road trip. And to me, the most comfortable seats in the class are certainly the Nissan Versas. The Nissan Versa also does have more interior space inside as well. This isn't the most spacious feeling vehicle in the class. Alright, and let's go ahead and shut down the Rio. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Materials do follow through in the rear at least. Back here, it is a little cramped feeling, but this is a subcompact vehicle. However, the Nissan Versa is much more spacious for the rear occupants. We do have dual map pockets at least, and these rear seats do fold down to maximize cargo space by pulling on these little tabs right here. The seats themselves are decently comfortable, however, and there's a decent amount of thigh support for the rear occupants. There's an okay amount of trunk space. The rear seats also do fold down 60-40 split, which is nice. You also do have your emergency trunk release too, of course. Full manual passenger seat. Your glove box compartment, nice and damp. Alright. So with many premium features available, good style inside and out, and a very high quality interior, as well as long warranty coverage, the 2016 Kia Rio is a solid choice in the subcompact class. However, if you are looking for more interior space as well as a more refined powertrain, you may want to look elsewhere. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.